Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of 0 to 60. So what you guys don't know is 2 days ago I tried to code two different cars with CAS3 plus ISTAP CAS modules, and the lovely BIMTool didn't do on the box what it said. So I'm trying to read the EEPROMs manually. Now my soldering is atrocious. There's no other way to do it. I think I've got early onset of Parkinson's. I make jokes about it, but I just can't keep a steady hand. And I have done some soldering, and I just thought I'd film and see if it's going to work. So this is an R270 reading the EEPROM. Does it smell like it's on fire? I don't think so. It's beeping. It's beeping. This is exciting stuff. Now, these China R270s, it's a bit unknown if they'll even do this, but I did find online somebody else had done it, so I'd see if I could read the EEPROM, and then I want to see if I can modify the EEPROM that I've read with the R270 with BIMTool. That's the plan. It's beeping. It's beeping. I'm shaking. It's nerve-wracking. Oh, God. If my soldering's worked, I'm going to be awfully impressed. All right, so this is actually the third attempt. It basically just gets to this waiting decode, need 1 to 3 minutes. I've double checked my soldering, which is terrible, but I'm fairly confident, 80% confident it's fine. But we still can't get it to get past this decoding section. Now, I have just read that heating the processor helps. So I'm going to try and heat the processor, but I only have a massive heat gun, not a nice little focused heat gun. Let me see what I can do. All right, this is it. This is what we're trying. Super sketchy, but I'm just, I can't focus the heat, so I'm just heating up the whole PCB, really. I've also got the gun set as low as it'll go. Guys, I'm going to try that. All right, let's see if it'll read now. So it should do this. It should give me a prompt. Yes, it's that chip. And we'll know if it's going to work in a few seconds now. I'd say it's not working. Really? If it beeps again, it's not working. How fun is learning how to do? Yeah, it's not working, I don't think. Needs more heat. Nah, that should have started to process it by now. All right, I'm gonna try and heat it up again, and you'll see us for the next try. I missed it, but it started flashing. I'm just gonna keep the heat on it, because obviously the heat does something. Why does heat make it work? Somebody explain this, please. Oh my God. Well, it only took an hour, but we've managed to read an EEPROM, maybe. Kind of excited. I'm just gonna let it go through, bugger it. If it fails, we will try again. All right, that is reading. Okay, so what I need to do, I'm gonna read this. I'll probably read it twice, and then we can compare to make sure that we don't have any errors between the two reads before we start messing with it. Because obviously we need to make sure that it gets a clean read. Sorry, you should be able to see me. We need to make sure it gets a clean read of the EEPROM before we flash anything back, because obviously if we get any data that's incorrect and then we flash back corrupt data, we will be in strife. So we must make sure that the backup that we make of the EEPROMs is spot on. And I can't remember if I mentioned at the start of this video, but this is a spare CAS module out of one of our parts cars. So it doesn't matter if we cock it up. It would just be a waste of a CAS module, but it's a good one to practice on. Right. Oh, can't believe it. Right. Okay, that is just finished verifying. I didn't film it. It's taken a long bloody time. We need to create a new folder, which I'll be back. Okay, so I've saved that BIM file, and I mean, it's pretty useless data looking at it in the R270 program. So what I'll do is I'll fire up BIMTool, which I think I've got here. And I just want to see if BIMTool can decode that EEPROM dump. Oh, forgive the awesome camera angle there. So we'll just close this. That is the wiring diagram that we used. BIMTool. Now, I'm not going to write this back to the car until I've read another dump of that, but it just takes so long. I reckon that's probably 15 minutes to read and verify the dump through R270. But let's just see if BIMTool can read that file. So that's connected. We want to go CAS key learn, and we want to go EEPROM from a CAS3, which is what this is. Load EEPROM dump file, and gosh, we have it in the R270 dumps. That there. Open. Current module doesn't support this file. Okay, so it doesn't work. Sick. Okay guys, quite a lot of time has passed. I've been doing some reading and I was just reading the wrong part of the flash. Well, I think so. Keep in mind, I've never done this before. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm trying to get an EEPROM read from the CAS, put that into BIMTool, and then modify the key information. Now, this has come about, again, I just wanted to reiterate, this has come about because I was trying to write a key to a CAS module that was an ISTAP one, so a CAS3 plus ISTAP, and they basically have a higher level of encryption on them. Now, what I want to be able to do, because BIMTool is supposed to be able to write to those, it's supposed to downgrade them and then write the key, but I want to be able to do a manual backup. Now, I've read the flash from the CAS3, which is what you saw me doing just before. Now, I can't do anything with the flash data in BIMTool, but I can do something with the EEPROM data. Now, I'll just show you reading the EEPROM. So we have the chip selected. It is now selected at EEPROM. I need to go read, and always click no. I've learnt. Comes up with that chip there. And the EEPROM is very small. It's only 4 kilobytes, where when I was reading the flash, that was taking ages because they're 500 kilobytes. Well, actually, I did a 500, 512, and a 256. So that's reading the EEPROM. That is flying through. And I've saved it just there, but we'll call it version 2. Oh, God, what did I press? Version 2. Save. Save bin file, okay. Now, what I might just do off camera, because actually, I'll do it in a minute. Don't worry about that. What we can do now, we can load this EEPROM file into BIMTool. So we go CAS key learn, and then we select that we have, what should I do? What should I do? You know what I'm going to do first? I'll go Exchange ECU, and on this part of BIMTool is where you can get ISN information. And how do we want to do it? Need to actually go Exchange ECU. Then we have CAS, it's a CAS3 EEPROM. Now we are going to select ISTAP, and then we go load from file, and we'll click number 2, which is the newer one. And it says have working key, insert working key into programmer. We have the key here. And it's going to use this to decode the ISN. So the key is in the BIMTool. We will go next. Input original key, yes. So BIMTool has now got the ISN number for this CAS module from an R270 dump. Hopefully the camera's going to focus on that. So we're getting somewhere. Now, what I want to do is modify this dump and then write it back and see if it blows up. So what we'll go back to CAS key learn, and we're going to go CAS3 plus, and it is that chip there. We're going to load it from the EEPROM. We'll go to the 10 PM one, which is the new one, and we now have all the key information, which is kind of cool. So I have a key there. I only had one key with this car, but we have 2 keys in the CAS. So what I want to do is disable one of the keys. That's how I'm going to modify it, because I don't want to waste a key on this. So if we go special function, And then we'll go transponder read write, E series transponder. And if I read that, it should give me the key identifier for this particular key. And it is A6D8C796. A6D, I need to remember that. Okay, so we can see that the key I have is key number 1. I am now going to disable key number 2. The operation will disable key number 2, yes. Please save new EEPROM dump file. Press OK. So we're going to save it to modified. And it is an E90. We'll just save it as that for now. Save. Write new EEPROM to CAS to apply your operation. Use new EEPROM dump to make new key. Okay. So I've modified the dump. Now, this is where we're going to get really sketchy. I want to write an EEPROM back. So let's load the binary file. It's the modified E90 bin. That's it there. This could brick this CAS module. And if it does, this will be the end of the video. But let's see what happens. Write. No. It's beeping. We click yes. It's writing. So basically what this is going to do, it's going to confirm if I can use the R270 and Bimtool to modify a CAS. What I still don't know is if this R270 method will work with a encrypted CAS module. So that has actually written the file. It's just verifying the data. Write success. Okay. So now I'm going to read the EEPROM again. Click no. And it's going to do the whole EEPROM read. It's now reading it back. Also, props for soldering actually working. Can't believe that happened. It seems to be working. Just got to verify that. So we're now reading the modified EEPROM data that I just wrote to it, which is going to be this one here. We'll click save, save bin file, okay. Then we'll go back to Bimtool. We'll go CAS key learn. Actually, just let it refresh. CAS key learn. And then we go, we have a CAS3 plus, EEPROM file, load dump, and the newest one, which is at 10:07. And the key number 2 is disabled. So we've managed to write a modified EEPROM dump back to the CAS. Unfortunately, I don't have a car to put this in and test. But I thought I'd share my experiences because I've learned a few things today. To read the flash file from the CAS module, I had to heat up the chip, which is kind of interesting. We can read an EEPROM dump with an R270 and modify it with Bimtool. We can write it back. Can't test it, but I need to work out if I can do this with a CAS3 plus ISTAP. What I might have to do, and I'd love to have some expert opinions on this, I might have to update the CAS3 in my E93 and then see if we can crack it that way. Anyway, I thought I'd show you what I've been up to today. There was a 4-hour Father's Day lunch in the middle of this video. But yeah, kind of glad I got my soldering to work. Still not happy with Bimtool. When I couldn't do the CAS3 plus modules on Friday, I contacted VVDI and they have no idea. I don't know who they've got answering their technical support questions. It's terrible. Anyway, I'll end it off, guys. We're still learning with this whole key coding, module programming. It's a lot of nervous moments. It's really nice having modules that doesn't really matter if we brick them. Anyway, I'll end it off. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.